Compliments of the season to you. Good evening and thank you for joining us again on the program NCDC Situation Room. It's Christmas Eve. How are you preparing to celebrate with your loved ones? Please ensure you show love to all men this Christmas because that's exactly the reason and essence of the season. On today's edition of the program, we shall be looking at preventive measures against yellow fever. My name is Abdul Fattah Otori, your regular host. Thank you very much for joining us again on NCDC Situation Room today. As I told you earlier, today we take a look at preventive measures against yellow fever. And one major preventive move against diseases generally is vaccination. Vaccine is said to be one of the most important interventions ever developed by man in disease prevention and control. They are preparations intended to produce immunity to a disease by stimulating the production of antibodies. Now, vaccines can protect humans against diseases such as smallpox, measles, yellow fever, meningitis, hepatitis, polio, and many other human diseases. But today, we narrow our discussion to yellow fever vaccine. Yellow fever is a vaccine-preventable disease. Vaccination is recommended for persons over 9 months of age traveling or living in endemic areas. The vaccine confers on humans long-term protection. To this end, residents of the 13 endemic local governments in Edo State are being vaccinated as part of government response to tackle the yellow fever outbreak in that region. Now, when we come back from this break, we'll join Godwin Odemije to fill us in on the update from the Situation Room. Please stay with us.
Madam, oh yeah, let us leave this place. Oh. Let's leave this place, else we die with our children and wives. Oh. This is too much. Me, I can't stay here.
See, Chief Adisa, I totally agree with you that we go away from this place. How can small mosquito demonstrate serious threat to the lives and property of people like this?
You are still asking. You don't know anything. Oh. Look, better move fast. Oh. Me, I'm leaving you behind.
Kai, Chief Adisa, I forgot my goat.
Kilowi?
My goat.
Oh, Usman, what does that mean now? Don't tell me you want to go back.
No, that's what you mean now.
Olongbo, I am not waiting for you.
Yeah?
Yes. See, it is now confirmed that your middle name is procrastination.
Me?
Yes. See, Usman, you're on your own.
Catch you, Adisa. You know that tomorrow is Christmas and people may want to buy it by the roadside. Please wait for me. I wait now. Okay. Chief, I will give you something if I sell the goat. Chief,
I hear you.
Chief and Malam, what is going on? Where are you going with all these loads? Are you people traveling for Christmas or something?
Yes, we are traveling. Do you have a problem with that? Because the way you are asking is as if...
Doctor, look, there is no missing word here. We are not traveling to any Christmas. No, because we are just not comfortable with what is happening here any longer. Yesterday, it was a doctor and a nurse that contracted Lassa fever. And some people even died through a disease that is brought to the house by a common rat. And now, little mosquito from the bush is coming with another one. Deadly one, yellow fever. Yet, you people don't seem to have any solution to all this wahala. So we have decided to leave this community for you until you can assure us of our safety. Oh, Usman, we are wasting time. Let's get out of this place. I'm going.
No, you don't have to leave. We have come to this place to make you and your families safe and roundly protected from the scourge of these communicable diseases. See, all you need to do is to cooperate and obey every instruction given by the health experts. See, we are here that it may be well with you and your families.
Doctor, you are not doing your work. Yes, because if you are doing your work, tell me, why are people busy contacting these diseases anyhow?
Please, my elders, we are doing everything possible to ensure everyone here is roundly protected.
Are you sure you are telling us the truth? I don't want stories. Madam Usman, no? Should we listen to him or should we just continue on our...
Chief Adisa, on the second thought, I think we should listen to him. After all, he left his family and his wife and his children to meet us here. For anybody to take such a decision, he meant well. Somebody let's listen to him.
Orisa. That sounds very logical. But Bruno, Usman, I hope your acceptance to the path of his advice It's not influenced by your desire to stay with your goats and sheep.
No. I was not actually asking you to let me stay, but to carry the goats and sheep along, if possible, with the chickens.
Benny, that is true. Doctor, tell us what you people are doing to protect us. Tell us.
Yes. I'm just coming back from a meeting with our bosses at the headquarters. And we have brought in something we call yellow fever reactive vaccination. See, once you take it, you are protected for life against yellow fever.
Wait, Doctor,
Life?
Wait, you mean like the normal vaccine we take? So why have you not told us this one since, Doctor?
Hey, this doctor.
Somebody
Doctor. So, if we didn't see you now, how would we know there is vaccine against yellow fever? Doctor,
No.
Yes, now. See, I was just coming back now and heading to your house to tell you to inform other members of this community to accept the vaccinators. Now, people in Edo are rounding up their own today. And we too, we will enjoy ours.
That is very nice.
Oh, yes.
Doctor, this is very nice. We are very happy that you people have us in mind. So you mean once we take the vaccination, there is no need to fear yellow fever again?
Exactly my point, sir. Exactly, yes.
So what are we waiting for? Kai, let's go and get vaccinated, man.
Doctor,
yes.
I will personally go everywhere to prepare the people to take the yellow fever vaccine.
Well, I have to go now. You can imagine? Tomorrow is Christmas, and I'm here with you today. I should have been leaving to see my family, but for the seriousness we attach to this project, that's why I'm here.
That is very good.
Thank you.
Doctor, thank you very much.
Oh, don't mention.
Doctor, don't even say that. We must mention that. Yes, it's a great sacrifice you people are making for us. I must thank you eloquently. If possible, is there any
Elephantly? Hippopotamously?
Hippopotamously?
That is huge. Anyway, please prevent yourselves from getting bitten by mosquitoes. You see, I advise that you wear clothes that cover your body very well so that the mosquitoes will not find a way to bite you, and sleep inside a mosquito-treated net.
Oh, that is true. Usman Shobobe, did you hear that?
I heard.
If you don't have one, I mean the treated net, I will give you one. I have many at home.
It's okay. As long as it's not for sale.
Oh, that is a very good neighbor. You can
The program is NCDC Situation Room, and today we're looking at preventive measures against yellow fever. Well, please don't leave the talking to us alone. You too can be a part of the discussion. Talk with us through Twitter. The handle is at NCDCGov. On Facebook, you can find us using Nigeria CDC. You can also reach us through a toll-free line. That's to say, you don't pay when you call. 0800 9700 0010. Send messages only to 0809 955 5577. Please don't call. Messages only. We're also on WhatsApp. The number is 0708 711 0839. Well, it's now time for us to join Godwin Odemije in the Situation Room. Godwin, what's new?
Thank you very much, Abdul. A lot is actually happening. Today we are focusing on yellow fever, and the Incident Manager, National Emergency and Operations Center for Yellow Fever, Dr. Williams Wanchuku, is joining us from Benin, the Edo State capital. Thanks for joining us on the program.
Thank you.
So, tell us, what have you on the ground as per the prevention of yellow fever in the state?
Okay, so what is on ground now in terms of prevention is the reactive vaccination campaign. Yellow fever reactive vaccination campaign going on in 13 local government areas of the state. The local governments implementing the reactive vaccination campaign are Itako East, Eastern Central, Eastern West, Itako West, Owan East, Uhuedo, Ego, Igweben, Ikpoboha, Oredo, Orionwan, Ovia North East, and Owan West LGAs. These are the implementing LGAs, 13 out of 18, which is about 72.2% of the entire LGA. It is the largest yellow fever reactive campaign in a state since the outbreak started in 2017.
And how is the reactive vaccination campaign coming up?
So the campaign started on the 18th of December with a state flag off at Uhuedo Primary Health Care Center, flagged off by the deputy governor. The campaign was supposed to end on the 24th, meaning that today we are on the 5th of the campaign.
Okay, now, Dr. Wanchuku, how will you describe the level of response of the people of Edo State?
Number one, there is massive turnout of people because this vaccination was expected by the Edo people. The announcement that there will be yellow fever vaccination campaign, many people are responding. Unlike in some areas where you compare people to come for vaccination here, the response is quite impressive. And from little experience where we used to have challenges among the reproductive age group, especially the males, this is not really the case here. So there is good response from people.
So in terms of percentage of coverage, where are we now?
Yeah, so far, the data that came in at that, because after the evening review meeting, data will continue to come. But after the evening review meeting of yesterday, we had 1,057,274 clients vaccinated in the implementing LGA.
So is the vaccine actually readily available?
In terms of availability of vaccines, we still have vaccines after last review meeting.
Now, generally, how is the response to yellow fever control going on in Edo State?
Yes, okay. As part of response to case investigation is still ongoing. Review of records in the health facilities are also ongoing. Treatment of suspected cases are also ongoing because the state has designated one or two health facilities where patients will be transferred to, and the state is taking responsibility of that. That's treating suspected cases. And then laboratory investigations are also ongoing because as we get into the field, all suspected cases, samples are collected and they are transferred to the reference laboratory. That is Central Public Health Lab.
Where is that?
Central Public Health Lab, Yaba. That's where the suspected cases of yellow fever from the south, southeast, and southwest are sent to as of today. Though this may change from January because two designated laboratories also have been approved, and these are the UGPH and the UNTH Enugu, meaning that by next year, instead of sending to CPHL Yaba, Benin will be sending to UGPH.
Well, I must thank you, Dr. Williams Wachuko, for speaking with us on the program. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much, Godwin Odemije, for the update. It's now time to speak with my guest on today's edition of the program. He was here last week, and we have him back with us today to tell us more on the preventive measures against yellow fever. Dr. John Oladejo is the Director, Health Emergency Preparedness and Response for the NCDC. Thank you so much for joining us again on Situation Room today.
Thank you, sir.
Now, Dr. Oladejo, we're still talking about yellow fever generally in Nigeria, but we want to specifically look at the endemic areas which Edo seems to be the epicenter.
Okay.
That takes us to prevention to ensure that people don't come down with the disease.
Yes.
Tell us, Doc, what do you have in place to prevent the people of this country, especially those in Edo State, against yellow fever?
In fact, as I speak to you right now, we have our staff, our colleagues on the field, vaccinating the children, the adults, all the eligible people in Edo State. And that is the most important form of prevention. Previously, I told you that when you talk about how to prevent, there is vaccination. We have a very potent yellow fever vaccines that just a dose of it will prevent and will confer immunity for life. All what people need to do is they should go to the nearest health center in Edo State. As I speak now, we are in 13 local governments out of the 18 local governments where we are actually vaccinating the children. This particular vaccination is actually going on along with National Primary Care Development Agency. They are just our sister agency that are actually fully in charge. So we are supporting them. We have WHO, Edo State Ministry of Health. They are on the forefront. So all these and other partners, we have come together to ensure that at least 1.44 million Edo State people are vaccinated. We started on the 18th of December, and we are going to end it on the 24th of December. So for 6 days, people are on the field vaccinating people who are in those 13 local governments. 13 that are mostly affected. We have started vaccinating the people there.
Now, one might be tempted to ask, why focus on just 13 out of 18 local governments in Edo State? What happens to the remaining 5 local governments? Are they not susceptible to this disease?
They are not mostly affected, and that area, we don't have as many yellow fever victims as we have in those 13. If we look at the epidemiological data, and that's what we are using, when you have at least 1 or 2 confirmed cases of yellow fever in a particular local government, that local government is at risk. And the population there from 9 months to 55 must be vaccinated. And that's exactly what we are doing. You know, I told you that vaccine is not something you just go to the market and buy. You have to plan for it. We have a group called ICG who are actually in charge of it. Their secretariat is in WHO in Geneva. You have to get some documents ready, and those documents must be genuine. They will send their own people here to come and see it. So they have certified that those 13 local governments, they need to be vaccinated in a very short period compared with others. Actually, everybody is supposed to be vaccinated. But because of the fact that we don't have that vaccines as we're supposed to have, we don't have it through ICG.
I was actually coming there. Do you have enough vaccine to cover the people in these endemic areas?
For the 13 local government, we have enough. ICG has provided that through WHO for this particular exercise. And that's exactly what we are using. So vaccination is the most potent preventive measures and is confer immunity for life. Then hygiene, we have to be very clean in the environment. All these tires, stagnated water, we have to get rid of them. And then in the environment where we have yellow fever, we will need to wear clothes that will be protective enough, cover at least both hands and the leg, so that the mosquitoes that are actually causing this or infecting people will not be able to bite at that particular period.
So when you say we need to protect our hands, are you talking about the officials or the people in these areas?
I'm talking about the people that are at risk. You know, the populations at risk. I'm talking about them, that they have to wear clothing that will cover both hands, cover their body very well, so that this infected mosquito, which are called Aedes aegypti, that is just moving around, will not be able to bite and infect them with yellow fever.
And they should also get rid of mosquito breeding places, right?
Like the tires, the used tires, all these stagnated waters here and there. You must make your environment very clean. You know, clear the bush around your environment, because most of these mosquitoes are either in the jungle that follow some of the travelers who travels in the jungles to the community, or we have some that are just around us. I told you that in some of the places we visited, they have plantation where those mosquitoes are being found. So all those places, we need to clear them so that these mosquitoes will not be, having opportunity to get into the houses. Then they must be under treated bed nets anytime they want to sleep, either in the afternoon or even in the night.
Okay, now, in doing all of this, what are the challenges that you face?
Well, in doing all this, the major challenge initially was to ensure that people actually get bed nets and ensure that they sleep under bed nets. But we have malaria control program that are actually distributing them the bed nets free. So they were able to assist in that area. And also, to get to all those communities is very, very difficult. So, but we were so happy that the state government, they were able to rise to the occasion. With our vehicle we brought from Abuja, and then with WHO vehicles, the state government too, they provided vehicles. They even bought 2 ambulances of recent, which was given to the State Ministry of Health to actually carry patients from one point to the place where they were treated.
Okay, you mentioned that 13 local governments are involved in this, but what exactly are you doing to ensure that the other 5 remaining local governments are insulated from this outbreak?
Yeah, the first thing is our risk communication experts. They are doing a very great job. And that is the major thing that we have actually achieved. They were able to get messages across to all the local governments in Edo State, telling them, sensitizing the communities, telling them what they're supposed to do so that they will not be infected. What are the areas that they need to concentrate on, or like cleaning of the environment and so on and so forth. Then they are equally should be using some repellent so that even mosquito, when they bite, they will not be able to really penetrate. So they have a tailored messages for all the local governments, and they were able to disseminate. They were equally on radios and television over there, and members of the WHO staff as well as the Ministry of Health, they were equally supporting us to go to all those communities and sensitize all the people there.
Okay, while speaking the other time, you said that causative mosquitoes come from the bush, especially banana plantation and all of that. But is there a way to prevent people that find themselves in these areas, especially where they make contact with these mosquitoes?
And it's very difficult for you to say people should not go to the farm or they should not go and farm. But the point is that if you see anybody that has yellowness of the eyes, that person should be reported to the nearest health center, and then the local government, the DSNO, will be able to take that person to the place where the person will be treated. The point is you need to continuously telling them what they should do. We cannot say they should not go to the farm. It's very difficult, but that is where they get their daily living. But the point is that if they have anybody with yellowness of the eyes, who is sick, who is having fever, that person must be taken to the nearest health center where the person will get adequate treatment. I told you the other time that there's no particular drug that will treat it, but it can be prevented. But if the person now come down with the disease and you treat adequately, that is symptomatically, if the person is having fever, you treat the fever. If the person is having pain, you give drug for pain. Within a very short period, the person will be able to come out of it. But if the person is still down in the house and is treating himself, the person may get worse, then leading to hemorrhage, where the person will now be bleeding from the mouth, from the ears, from the eyes, even from all the orifices. That is when it's not getting worse. Some may be infected, and between 4 days, they recover. But some may not be able to recover.
What could be the reason why they may not recover?
Immunity. I talked about immunity the other time. If somebody is having the immunity against it, then the person, even if it's infected, will be able to, there's immunity that will be able to fight against it. But some may not be able to do that. So they go to the second phase, where they now come down with the disease, and then it will get worse, and from there will be hemorrhage, and then they will die. But if you take that person to the hospital in time, the doctors, the health personnel there, they know what to do. And the person will be able to come out, because dehydration, they treat dehydration. Fever, they will treat. They will take systematically, and the person will be able to come out of it.
Okay, Dr. Ladijo, you said the vaccination started on the 18th of December, and you're rounding off today, about now. Let's look at a kind of projection. How much would you say you have been able to cover?
Even when we first started, we have already covered up to 44%. So by now, we are covering nothing less than 95%. And that 95% shows that we have conferred immunities in the community, which means Edo State will not have yellow fever again. I told you that just one dose confer immunity. So there's no problem. Edo State is free. So we move to other states that we believe, after risk assessments must have been done, then to vaccinate those states too with yellow fever vaccine. Risk assessment is going on in other states, and immediately we finalize this risk assessment, vaccines will be procured, and then we vaccinate all those states that are actually victim of yellow fever.
So as someone leading the drive in that area, what would you be telling Nigerians in terms of NCDC response to yellow fever in Edo State?
Okay, for Edo State, we have to thank all the partners. They have done a good job. Without the partners, we cannot do it all alone. LPCDA is our sister agency that are actually leading the vaccination, and they have actually done very well. Then I have to thank all the communities we have been to during the vaccination period. They were cooperative and they were listening to us, and they were able to come out en masse for this vaccination. So they have really done well. And all our leadership, without our leadership, we cannot do anything. Right from our DG at NCDC, the Commissioner of Health in Edo State, and WHO consultants who are with us on the field. You know, I told you that the DG was with us 3 days ago in Edo State to come and see what we are doing. And this is an encouragement for us in doing a very good job. So thank you very much. God bless you.
We must say a very big thank you to you, Dr. John Oladejo, Director, Health Emergency Preparedness and Response for the NCDC, for speaking with us.
Thank you, sir.
Wetin be this Lassa fever wey dey hear up and down so?
This na disease wey Lassa fever virus dey cause. E dey happen when person touch another person or rat wey carry this virus poo-poo, wee-wee, spit or even blood, and e no dey send age o.
Abeg, how I fit take know person wey carry Lassa fever sef?
The sign dey show 2 to 21 days after person touch another person or rat wey carry this virus. Dem fit dey catch cold or weak or get body pain or sore throat or dey vomit plus purge or cough, or make their body no dey fit stay one place, or make faces swell up, or make blood dey comot from any part of the body. Person wey get Lassa fever fit be like say na any other disease.
How we fit take stop this Lassa fever?
No near rat, dead or alive. Keep your house plus area clean. Store water plus food where rat no go reach am. No spread food for road or even open place. Dey careful with person wey get Lassa fever or the one wey Lassa fever kill. Make sure say you follow wetin government talk before you bury am.
Dem fit treat this Lassa fever?
E better make you treat am early immediately you notice am. So no waste time o. Go the hospital wey dey near you immediately you begin get the sign.
This message na with Federal Ministry of Health, the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, World Bank Ready Say Project, and UNICEF. 9 carry and come una domoto.
And that's the size of the program, NCDC Situation Room, for today. If you want more explanation on what you have heard, or you just want to know about the Center for Disease Control, reach us via Twitter. The handle is at NCDCGov. On Facebook, it's Nigeria CDC. You can also reach us via a toll-free line. 0800 9700 0010 is the number. It's toll free. It means you don't pay when you call. Send messages only to 0809 955 5577. We're also on WhatsApp, and you can reach us using the number 0708